Hello Collective, this is Chan from Artemis Oracle, doing your unspoken truth reading. Yes, I'm going to be using the unspoken truth deck and then clarify the messages with tarot. So let's see what comes out for the collective. This is for all signs. It's a general all signs reading. Okay, I'm scared of what would become, what we would become. I keep stepping toward you only to pull away again. This person's afraid. They're scared. Wonder what they're scared about exactly. What else, Spirit? You've always known the truth. You just refuse to see it. At the bottom, endings aren't always endings. Okay. Let me just move these cards over. I'm scared of what we would become. The red string of fate. I feel like this person is afraid of becoming attached, and I think that they may feel like there is some sort of attachment, and that's why the scissors are there. They may want to cut the cord in some way, because to be that interconnected with somebody and probably not be in a place to, I guess, fulfill the duties or responsibilities that comes with that type of attachment is what scares them. There may be a fear of disappointment or disappointing you. I keep stepping toward you only to pull away again. So this is someone that has wanted to come forward, probably has attempted many times before, but then it's just something that kind of pulls them back, something that prevents them from actually speaking what it is that they want to say, and doing whatever it is that they want to do. This person may have walked away from you. Because it's like they see something, but they don't want to see it. It's like you can't unsee what you saw, you know? And this person may be trying to blind themselves to the fact about something. And then when it comes to this red string of fate, it's like they may know that you may be somebody very important in their life, but they don't want to admit it, or they're not ready to admit it, or ready to take the necessary steps to kind of solidify the situation, or allow it to actualize, you know, rather than it being a thought or theory in their mind. They just, you know, they don't want to make it more than a thought or theory in their mind. It could even be you. Maybe you know something about this person, but you're refusing to see it. Maybe you know that there is a bond. Maybe there's a part of you that refuses to step forward to take whatever this relationship is to the next level, because you're afraid of that you may disappoint them, that they may disappoint you, that your needs will not be met, that mistakes that you made in the past will repeat in this situation. If this is somebody that you've been with and that you had an ending with, this is a possibility for you both to have a new beginning. With endings aren't always endings. And underneath that was, how did we go from everything to nothing? But this was in the reverse. And then underneath that, I erased every trace of you except in my mind. So this person possibly has deleted every trace of you that they have. It could be photos, your number, messages, gifts, anything that you've ever given them. You or them may have just discarded everything, you know, because you didn't want a reminder of this person anymore. In your mind, in your heart, in your visual space, in your atmospheric or etheric space, you know, you just don't want their energy around you in any capacity, whether it's a material item or even in your memory. But your memories you can't really erase, you know, they're there with you. So you got rid of every trace of them. However, there is a part of them that still remains with you, because wherever you are right now, they are a part of the reason why you are where you are. You know, they are part of your life journey. And it's the same with them. You know, you're a part of their life journey. Whatever lessons they learn from you or you learn from them, it's a part. It will always be a part of. It will always be. It's undeniable. So we got the Ten of Wands. You know, somebody has a heavy burden, a lot of responsibilities. You know, they're trying to balance life, trying to find balance. And the card, oh look, I saw elephants. So yeah. Okay, let's see what this, I'm scared of what we would become. I'm scared of what we will become. I am scared of what we become. What is this fear with what they will become? Two of Swords. This may be, and it's so funny because the way the swords are, it kind of looks like scissors. You see how they're crisscrossed? So it kind of looks like scissors. The Two of Swords has to do with blocking out. You know, it could be about you wanting to go within and not allow any external influence bear any weight in your decision. And it's interesting that the Ten of Wands popped up, so that's a burden, you know. So but this person, they don't want to be burdened with having to make a decision about something. I feel like that this may have to do with the fact that if they wanted something to happen, that they would need to take the necessary steps, but they may feel like they can't at this time. They may feel blocked within themselves, or you may have actually blocked them. I keep stepping toward you only to pull away again. With this card, how did we go from everything to nothing being in a reverse? I think this person would like to reverse the situation. They would like to go from nothing to everything. And if this is a new person, this is somebody that you or them may want to make something, I don't know, something very meaningful, special out of whatever this is. But there is that fear, you know, could it actually be what I want? Could this actually happen? I keep stepping toward you only to pull away again. Why are they being pulled away? Why do they feel like they're being pulled away? Okay, Four of Cups. Four of Cups. Which has to do with waiting for an offer. You know, no longer being happy in the current situation, being discontent and waiting for a new offer. The Magician, trying to manifest a new offer. Messenger of Cups and Message, trying to manifest a message of love and healing with the Four of Swords. So we have 4-4 with the 4 of Cups and the 4 of Swords. You know, someone's hoping for there to be some sort of offer that can come forward that can help heal the situation, bring some clarity. Maybe this is something that the person has been praying about, you know. It may be something the person has even been dreaming about, the way this person's stance is within the Page of Cups. This is the Messenger of Cups, which is the Page of Cups in this deck. You know, maybe this person would like to come forward and apologize, or maybe that's what's holding them back. They know that they need to apologize about something. It could be you. You may feel like you need to apologize to bring some sort of healing. So someone may be wanting to manifest some type of resolution or peace in the dynamic, you know, but it's a head over heart or heart over head decision that needs to be made. You see? Yeah, there was some sort of ending. You may be a Scorpio or have been dealing with a Scorpio, or a Gemini energy with the Magician card here. So there was some sort of ending, and someone wants to bring, and this aligns with what I'm saying. Someone's waiting for an offer to reignite a situation, bring some healing, resolution, and peace. You know, because the Death card is about endings and beginnings. And then we had here, you know, what was the card? Endings aren't always beginnings. Endings aren't always beginnings. No, I'm so sorry. I'm reading that wrong. Endings aren't always beginnings. Endings aren't always endings. Why did I say it like that? Some endings are meant to just completely end, that there will be no beginning. So that may resonate with you as well. Okay, let's find out. You've always known the truth. You just refuse to see it. What is the truth, Spirit? What is the truth that's refused to be seen? What truth is being refused? Okay, we got 5 of Cups, but this is like too many cards. Look how many cards came out. That's like 10 cards right there. Yeah, 5 of Cups. So there's been some sort of disappointment, you know. What is this? You've always known the truth. You just refuse to see it. What is the truth that's being refused? What is the truth being refused? What is the truth being refused? I don't know what that was. Just came out of nowhere. Oh, the Action of Wands. I feel like the truth is that this person knows, or you know, that you will need, or they will need, someone needs to take some sort of action, you know? Someone needs to take some sort of action. Because as long as no action is being taken, what are you? What are you? Are you a little beetle? How you got in my house? Let's see. Let's see. Tell us more about the Action of Wands. Yeah, something has come to light. Master of Coins. This is the King of Coins. You know, this is about commitment. The King of Coins, the King of Pentacles, is someone who is abundant, who is grounded, who is reliable, secure. Maybe someone has been wavering, been uncertain about whether someone is someone that's reliable, secure, someone that's dependable. Is the person dependable? Is the person dependable? Wow. We have the Star, Mastery of Cups, and the Teacher. Wow, which is the Hierophant in this deck. I feel like with me asking, is this person dependable? The answer is yes. With the Star, this is something that you've been wanting. This is something, or they've been wanting, something that they've been manifesting, or you've been manifesting. Please take it how it resonates. You know, someone who is loving, caring, nurturing, because the, you know, Master of Coins shows a woman in the king role. So it's a feminine in the king role. But then you have a masculine role, right? No, oh, sorry. yeah, this is the King of Cups, but you have a feminine energy there. So I feel like that this person is someone who is reliable, someone who is honest, who is loving, and someone who is thinking about commitment, something serious, you know. But then we have this, the Tower. So I feel like it may have to do with fear, you know, that you could have found somebody, or they found somebody, somebody found somebody, you know. Please take care of resonates. Someone who is basically what they want, someone who is spiritual, who is a teacher, who is traditional, who is reliable, stable, and can provide, but also be loving and emotionally intelligent, and not afraid to express emotions when appropriate, but also able to ground themselves emotionally, especially if they're going through something that can be triggering in some way, you know. The Tower with the 8 of Coins. So yeah, 8 of Coins. So the Tower is about something shocking, something sudden, a sudden realization, an epiphany of some sort, something that yeah, something shocking, something that kind of is destabilizing, but maybe it's also something that's breaking down thought, breaking down I want to say breaking down a thought, but what I mean is, you know how sometimes we have like our fears, so we have to work through our fears, we have to work through our feelings, and sometimes our fears and feelings can have like a strong hold on us. They could be what is built in within our foundation, and something shocking and unexpected can happen that's going to cause that line of thinking, that mindset to crumble in a way. And it's also going to cause a need for there to be some hard work in rebuilding the Tower, rebuilding the structure, rebuilding the foundation with the 8 of Coins, which is like the 8 of Pentacles. It's about being dedicated, focused, honing in on your craft, perfection in a way, perfecting your craft. But then with the 4 of Wands, it's like with the foundation, it's having a strong foundation. You know, the 4 of Wands is about, you know, you create a plan, you take the necessary actions, you start to see results, and then you reap some results, your rewards, you know, you celebrate, you find stability, you found success in some way in a small scale, because 6 of Wands is the next step to success, you know, because you're going to go through competition with the 5 of Wands, and then the 6 of Wands is victory and over adversity, you know, and then you continue on. But I feel like this is about breaking down an old thought, you're breaking down an old perception, the way of looking at things or seeing things, and being dedicated and working hard to create a firm foundation again, you know, but again, no, not again, but creating a firm foundation, you know. And if it is again with this person, then it's about you and them coming together and putting in the work together, because not only one person can build a foundation. If it's a relationship, it has to be 2 people, you know, because both of you are the pillars of the relationship. You know, you bring in your 2 wands, they bring in their 2 wands, and then you create a home, you create a foundation, a structure, something that you can continue to build and grow upon, you know. Okay, so let's see if we could get any messages. All right, when it comes to this, let's see what could possibly be some blockages or any other information we could get. That's just too many. That was just too many. No, that's too many cards. Too many. Let me shuffle these real quick. Oh, Lord. The eyes really stand out to me, because the Tower had that one eye. And then in this card, the eyes. You see? So someone may have like something, a distinct Interesting eyes, unusual eyes. There may be something about the eyes. They may be almond shaped. They may be sad looking eyes. The way these look, they look a bit sad, but they're also like an almond shape too. Okay, what can we get? Sorry, what messages, advice, clarity can we get for this situation? For those who resonate. Okay, redirect your thoughts. Focus on what you want to attract in this relationship, not on what you fear will happen. This is like, this goes with this card. I'm scared of what we would become. You know, sometimes the fear could be like, okay, we get together, we have a relationship, and the things are a certain way now, but what will happen later on? Will we become enemies? You know, will we become enemies? I mean, if you're worried about that, yeah, you will become enemies because that's what you're thinking. So your thoughts manifest your reality, you know? So like the message says, redirect your thoughts. If you have that fear of your relationship taking a downturn, then think about what you want in the relationship. What kind of relationship do you want to have? And these are conversations that you have with your partner too, because, you know, fear in a relationship can exist on both sides. You know, it can exist on both sides. Anything else? Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Past lives. You have known this person before. It is a soulmate from a past lifetime. The way I like to look at past lives too is that, you know, sometimes in our lives we go through different circumstances and it's like, oh, in another life I was a secretary, in another life I was a doctor, you know, but it's your current life. It was just another part of your life. So this could be somebody that you were with in the past. So, or it could be somebody from a past life and another time, another place, you know, if you believe in that. Anything else? One more card, please, Spirit. One more card, please, Spirit. The eyes really, I keep looking at the eyes of that card. The eyes are the window to the soul. So maybe when you look at this person's eyes or they look in your eyes, they may be able to see into your soul, or and vice versa. Be optimistic. Keep in mind that you create your reality. You can't attract love with a negative mindset. Didn't I just say that? Didn't I say your thoughts create your reality? So please be optimistic, especially about the situation, especially if you have feelings for this person and there's a possibility for you and them to reunite or to even become a couple, like take your relationship to the next step, you know. Don't let fear block you from being happy, you know, experiencing love and affection and, you know, creating something beautiful with another person, you know, something built off of love, you know. And be honest, heart-to-heart conversations are necessary. It is safe for you to talk about your feelings. So yeah, you need to have those honest conversations, you know, especially about your fears, because, you know, if you're constantly thinking about your fear and then the person may have their fears, what good is it if you're not communicating what your fears are and then being able to kind of like let each other know, no, you know, it's okay, that's not gonna happen, or, you know, no, this is what we'll do, you know, like create a plan of action of or something, you know, or just like to reassure each other that no, this is how I feel, you know, or you know, I also have that fear, and then it's calming, it allows you to reconnect or build and strengthen your connection, you know, your bond, when you're honest with each other, you know. If you're going to be with someone, you have to be vulnerable with them, you know. They got to see the good, the bad, and the ugly, you know. You got to see the good, bad, and ugly, you know, because if you're going to be loving someone unconditionally, you're going to have to love every single part of them. The good, the bad, the ugly, you know, that's part of unconditional love, you know. And if you aren't able to love every part of that person, even the bad parts, and I'm not talking about abuse, I'm not talking about like anything that is harmful in any way. I'm just talking about the things that like are, you know, could be a little bit like pet peeves or things that irk you or icks, you know. If you can't get over those things, then you can't be with this person, you know. Unconditional love is you love and accept the person for who they are rather than what you want or wish for them to be, you know. So I'm gonna leave the reading there. I hope it was helpful in some way. If it was, please like, share, and subscribe to Artemis Oracle. My name is Tan and I'm your reader, and I'm wishing you a great day or evening ahead. Bye.